After briefly mentioning the shootings in Australia and at Brown, he got distracted by a familiar-looking woman in the crowd.
This is the most interesting story. Boy, do you look like Ivanka. Has anyone ever told you that?
What stage of dementia is not recognizing the daughter you are physically attracted to? 11?
I say, is that Ivanka? You look just like Ivanka, which is a great compliment, actually. Could you just turn around for the camera? Does she look like Ivanka? It's the most unbelievable thing.
And again, this is a Christmas party for supporters and staff. Trump bing-bong from random topic to random topic until finally settling into a 6-minute rant about snakes in Peru.
The black mamba, the brown mamba, and the viper from Peru.
What is going on? Did someone give him a White House screening of Anaconda this weekend?
Look how quiet everybody is.
That's because we can't believe you're the president. He went on for 6 minutes about vipers. He's out of his mind.
President Trump said yesterday he agrees with White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles. Okay, but even they don't pass out this much. In a new interview with Vanity Fair, White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles confirmed that President Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files. Yeah, I'll bet. If I had to guess, he's mentioned in the Epstein files like the whale is mentioned in Moby Dick. Every other page. Vanity Fair published pictures from a photo shoot with Trump administration officials yesterday, including an extreme close-up of Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller. That's unfortunate. That looks like the photographer's thumb was in the way.
Goldie Hawn did wake up long enough to take a victory lap over the unanimous vote to change the name of the Kennedy Center to the Trump Kennedy Center. This is something he's been angling for. JFK's nephew, Joseph Kennedy III, said the Kennedy Center is a name for President Kennedy by federal law, can no sooner be renamed than can someone rename the Lincoln Memorial. To which Trump responded, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll squeeze myself in next to Abe on that chair. Why stop there? Why not just rename the whole town? Washington, D.T. There, you got it. It's yours. And then we have...
The Trump White House is in damage control over an explosive new article in Vanity Fair in which some pretty nasty things are said about the Trump administration by Donald Trump's current chief of staff, Susie Wiles. Vanity Fair published pictures from a photo shoot with Trump administration officials yesterday, including an extreme close-up of Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller. That's unfortunate. That looks like the photographer's thumb was in the way. You might be less familiar with the current White House Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles. That photo was taken from an Oval Office meeting earlier this year. She looks like she just got an eye transplant from Rudy Giuliani. They're all yours, Susie. She was spotted standing behind Trump in the Oval Office and making a face. Well, look what we have here. It turns out the perpetrator of this nefarious act was Miss Susie in the Oval Office with a rolling pin. It wasn't me. It was my lookalike, Paula Deen. President Trump said yesterday he agrees with White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles confirmed that President Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files. Yeah, I'll bet. If I had to guess, he's mentioned in the Epstein files like the whale is mentioned in Moby Dick. Every other page. President Trump said yesterday he agrees that he has an alcoholic's personality. Okay, but even they don't pass out this much.
We got an early gift from the White House and Vanity Fair this morning, a doozy of an interview with future former Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, seen here after reading the Epstein files for the first time. She spilled the beans on her unbalanced boss and his league of lowlifes at the White House. And you can see here, there they are, the 7 dwarves. That's Susie Wiles in the middle with the hair. The White House, of course, calls it a hit piece. Wiles denied she called Elon Musk a ketamine user, so then the reporter immediately shared a tape with the New York Times of Wiles calling Musk a ketamine user. She called Elon Musk an avowed ketamine user and an odd duck. She trashed his dismantling of USAID. Not only did these people sit for multiple interviews, they took part in an elaborate photo shoot. Here they are in another setup. This is between the two. See, poor J.D. Vance got stuck in the crease, just like he does when he gets sexy with his couch at home, you know? But here's what he said about Susie Wiles calling him a conspiracy theorist.
Sometimes I am a conspiracy theorist, but I only believe in the conspiracy theories that are true.
Right. Exactly what a conspiracy theorist would say. That Gomer is one midnight bacon double cheeseburger away from being president of the United States. You must hand it to J.D. Vance.
The last thing I'll say is if any of us have learned a lesson,
He sees this as a teachable moment.
I hope that the lesson is we should be giving fewer interviews to mainstream media outlets.
That's right. From now on, we will only speak to our loyal Newsmax mannequins and no one else.
Why I really love Susie Wiles, because Susie is who she is in the president's presence. She's the same exact person when the president isn't around.
You know what I love about Susie Wiles? She's the only one who will say to the president's face that he has the personality of an alcoholic. And he can't stay mad at her because he also has the memory of an alcoholic. Again, this is mostly stuff we already knew. But this time it's coming from a central figure inside the Trump team. In a few weeks, there's a chance Wiles' colleagues will be walking around the White House saying,
Where's Susie?
This has been a closer look.
Donald Jr. revealed that he is engaged to his girlfriend, Bettina Anderson. I think we just figured out why Daddy's building that ballroom, huh? Bettina is an advocate for a foundation that funds research for the treatment of depression, which is something she will definitely need being married to Donald Trump Jr. Don Jr. was previously engaged to Kimberly Guilfoyle. One of the many perks of your dad being president is he could send your ex far, far away. He could just make your ex the ambassador to Greece. She now lives 6,000 miles away in Athens. This is her official ambassador photo. If that's not a face that says stoked to be in Greece, I don't know what is. Guilfoyle was married to Gavin Newsom and engaged to Don Jr. No woman in America has run her fingers through more hair gel than Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Finally, Christmas is 1 week from today, so if you're in need of a little holiday cheer, I direct you no further than the president's primetime address last night. Look at how happy he is. I mean, not everyone can be this happy. Donald Trump is the Grunch. He's gonna play the Grinch's grumpier brother. Trump's numbers are really bad.
Negative, 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 negative.
Look, I won't tell you the exact number, Mr. President, but let's just say it's
Negative, 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 negative.
Trump's numbers hit their lowest point ever in recent polls, or as Fox News reported.
He is the most popular president in the 21st century.
Wow, that is some world-class denial.
Border security, the president gets extremely high marks at 51%. That should be 90. I mean, who could be upset?
Even the news anchors in North Korea are like, whoa, dial it back.
Takeo has been very busy showing off the latest White House decor, including the fancy new signs he had installed outside the Oval Office, which now looks like you are entering the pro shop at Mar-a-Lago. Excuse me, is this where I booked the massage? You know, if you or a loved one is experiencing dementia, labeling things is a good way to help them navigate around the house. Here's another one titled, In the Lobby of Our Beautiful White House. How long do you think he was standing there like that before they found him? Like something from The Shining. Meanwhile, as Blob the Builder is remodeling the White House, he's also hard at work demolishing our economy. Not only are prices up, so is unemployment. The latest jobs report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that unemployment is now at a 4-year high, 4.6%, plus the government workers who reported this information in the first place.